alive. I got off work. I worked an extra hour this evening so I can get off an extra hour on Friday if I show up to work early enough. The videos that show up on my other account, I get some wild ass things like why Africa's largest city is a terrible place to live. Which Left 4 Dead 2 safe room is the nicest? What do you mean by nicest? Fuck, why do I have messages? I don't have messages on this account. Oh, I know who it is. I'm dumb. No, don't need to see my fucking messages. Yeah, that's what I want to show. Oh, no, I need to switch the fucking account. God damn it. Turn off studio mode. Okay. Oh, this isn't even showing. What even happened? I'm lost now. What even happened? So, Brandon Herrera out campaigning like he needs to. Like, I think he's got it this time around. Even with Trump's endorsement, I think he's got good enough ground game. It's possible to win and be even more of a right-wing chud candidate and win a Republican primary even against a Donald Trump endorsement. And Brandon seems motivated, highly motivated to actually pull that off. So that's my president. I know they dropped such a handsome young man. Vote for AK Jesus. Oh, is that what we're dubbing him now? AK Jesus? Boomer and Abuela voted locked in. And this is something important is that, I don't know, what's the Texas 23rd District? I wonder what the demographics of this district are. Because if it leans older, then yeah, he needs to, like, look at this fucking bullshit. Basically encircles San Antonio, covers everything there between that and, I know it says, Juarez, but it's, more importantly, it's El Paso over here. Man, yeah, this is stupid. Like, this is gerrymandering because, you know, all the people out here are going to be like, although this is in the Rio Grande Valley, so it potentially could be, have lots of Mexicans who have been there since before Texas was independent, more along the border. But I don't know, reaching up here, it's a solidly Republican district, so I think it counts as a safe district. Where's Cellular's district? Oh, I'm just looking at something. This is interesting. So we have Nuevo Laredo and Laredo. I was aware that Laredo was a place, but I guess the Mexicans renamed their side of Laredo on the other side of the river Nuevo Laredo. So, but the demographics of this district, it's majority Hispanic. So how does that exactly go red? But it's 78% urban, apparently. And it's labeled Cook R+7 district. So McCain, they've carried it pretty handedly. I guess the boundaries have been adjusted since the new ones went through. All the counties, I'm looking like that. According to APM Research Lab Voter Profile Tools, featuring the U.S. Census Bureau's 2019 American Community Survey, the district contained about 511,000 potential voters, citizens 18 plus. Of these, 64% are Latino and 29% are white. 1 in 10 potential voters were born outside the U.S., now naturalized citizens. Median income households with one or more potential voter in the district is about $61,800, while 11% of households live below the poverty line. As for the educational attainment potential of voters in the district, 70% of those 25 and older have not earned a high school degree, while 23% hold a bachelor's or higher degree. I was hoping to find something about age demographics here, because if this is like turning into an old folks home, Abraham Kazan, Henry Bonilla. Oh, and there he is, Tony Gonzalez, who's more whitewashed than whoever Mr. Will Hurd is. He was only in there for one session. This guy had it through the this Democrat guy had it through the latter Obama years, but so actually this place has been actually it was a toss-up like through the early from the aughts to 2010s. So you're being consistent Republican for a while. Then it was kind of like a toss-up, and now it seems to be more solidly Republican as of late. But point being is, if it's really if it's like one of these, districts that's, emptying out because you don't need that many people out there to farm and everyone wants to go to cities because that's where the stuff to do is, that's where the major employment is, you need to get the old folks online. So going to places like these to rub shoulders with the old folks. Is this a fucking Luby's? Nothing beats face-to-face conversations. Brandon was out in Del Rio today, meeting with voters during lunch at Surland Stockade and answering their questions directly. We're looking forward to being back in Val Verde County soon. Where is that? Del Rio. Of the river. There's Uvalde, so he has the city in it that's the I don't know what's the week, the highlighted case of police mishandling a mass shooting because they think it's a hostage situation and then stand on their feet instead of immediately like charging in. Where's Del Rio? I think it would be somewhere along the river. Oh, there it is, Del Rio, right next to Ciudad Acuna? Val Verde Park. So yeah, rubbing shoulders, whining and not whining and dining, but meeting with the old folks out here is probably the smart move to actually win the election. I should get off my fucking Instagram account before I accidentally reveal something I shouldn't. Holy shit, make up your mind. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was in her stream earlier today. I think she is still streaming right now. What was her name? Yeah, she's live right now. She's doing gunpla making. And apparently she's a Xeon side. She prefers Xeon to the feds in Gundam. This is a whole video she's talking about elder Futhark to younger Futhark runes, and she was talking about this. Apparently she's from like Pennsylvania and now lives in Virginia. So she's not from Wisconsin, even though she sounds like a Midwestern woman. Does videos exclusively about Germanic history. I got her channel up on another thing. Why seasons mattered. Even more curious facts from early history, more curious facts from early Europe. Curious facts about early European life. 208 views. Viking gift giving. Is this necessarily Germanic focused? Anglo-Saxon days of the weeks. I can give you out that. So Monday is Moon Day. Tuesday is named after Two or Tyr, Tyr, as he is known by his Norwegian name. Wednesday is Woden's Day, aka Odin's Day. What is it? Wow. Thursday is Thor's Day. Marvel comic Thor's Day. Friday is Frigg's Day. Saturday, actually, we get from the Romans, from their god Saturn, who's maybe an analogous to Kronos. But he's more seen as, he's not seen as like maybe evil as you would get in Hesiod's Theogony, where you get the story of the Titanomachy, the war between the gods and the Titans. He's more just like a god of the harvest. And think maybe he's Jupiter's, maybe he's not even Jupiter's dad. But that's why he picked up that day, and Sunday is, of course, Sunday. But apparently in Norse cultures, it's like bathing day. Like Sunday is the day when you all take a bath. There's that scene like where Anglo-Saxons raid a Norse settlement in the Danelaw, that is Viking-occupied England, or Viking-occupied, conquered, settled England. And so some Anglo-Saxons actually ambush the Vikings while they're bathing in the river, and then come across some women naked inside a house somewhere, I guess, where they were bathing in private. It's just like, oh yeah, they have a whole day dedicated to bathing. What a perfect day to actually do an attack on them. But if that's their Sunday, you're doing work on the Sabbath. So I don't know, what were the early medieval rules about going to war on the Sabbath, on a Sunday? And well, it looks like she streamed. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong account. I shouldn't say this. I'm going to give her like a little congrats reply. And of course, talking about anything Germanic related, apparently people were tagging the shit on her about tagging the shit out of Tom Rousell about this, because somebody like that. And I was on her stream, so she's not familiar with her, but she has now become informed since then, and apparently is interested in her work. Hopefully, and if she just watches his videos, she probably won't pick up his politics, which he's been on Lotus Eaters, so that's that pretty much signals, yeah, you're right wing, and you are hard right. I don't know if you want to call it far right. I just said skull as like a huzzah to you or something. I don't know if that's cringe as hell or not. And she knows Rima Evanstar, apparently. Who's this person who even found her in the first place? He's got more followers than me. Oh, he's followed by Kunli Drukpa. So, my personal aesthetic inspirations. Oh, is this like stick art from like the late aughts? Okay. Warhammer. No idea what this is. No idea what this is either. I think this tweet got a lot more traction than necessarily he has followers. I'm not from Wisconsin. I'm sorry. Northeast Philly originally. Lol. I do love cheese though, so feel free to feed it. Thank you so much for sharing my videos. I'm glad that you like them. I do cover things outside Germanic history. I hope you don't mind. So, I don't know. Somebody fucking who tagged Tom Rousell? She said somebody did that. What is it? Agnostic Germanic heathenry. I'm still at the start of my journey, admittedly. All right, so maybe she's just interested in it, but not necessarily a proper believer. Why you gotta be mean like this? All right, spam. So other people I don't know. She said people were tagging Tom Rousel in this, so. Oh yeah, she's a Xeon fan. Apparently, this disparaging term for a liker of the Federation is dirty fetty. Wait, what about? Oh, so then where's she saying people tagging Tom Rousel about? Let me find him. Tom, wow, goddamn, Rousel. Resounding one, Roarer, Loosener, Slayer of Emir, He who reigns, Ruler of Heaven, One-Eyed, Father of Hosts, Finder of Truth, Father of Victory. Punished Abamon. I don't know if I think maybe I might know who that is. Quirked up Central Europeans had a good run. Oh god, that doesn't... Oh yeah, so the Hallstatt culture. So actually, like going to the beginning, like this is where like the early Celts were. So southern Germany into Bohemia and whatchamacallit, Austria. And then they spread from there. So we associate Celtic culture with the Irish and the Scottish, but as you can see here, like Ireland kind of like really didn't get like that, like the Celts really didn't settle Ireland as much as they did southeastern England. And you know, the funny thing about it all is that southeastern England seems to have the like highest concentration of continental Iron Age ancestry, which probably is a good proxy for Celts, more so than the Irish do. So they to certain I was listening to a stream or interview that Uber Boyo did with Tom Rousel, and Tom said that southeastern England, probably one of the most stereotypically English places, like the most posh, prim proper English places, is the is more Celtic than Ireland by blood, which Uber Boyo said, oh, that's something I wouldn't repeat in a pub, however true it might be out here. So all right, spread to Britain, and then some fighting to get into Iberia. Oh yeah. Oh, look, there's Brennus. Man, this is so zoomed the fuck in. I can't. No, god damn it. I'm not gonna do this, but you can see here. There's Rome, so that's Brennus's attack on Rome, the famous siege of Rome. Then they invade here, and then the Galatians. Goes hard. This alone, no farmers, no food. The tax burden explained in a pint of beer. Pub overheads, net profit, utilities, employment taxes for pub staff. Business rates, duty paid by the brewery, VAT, wages for pub staff, cost of beer from brewer. What's in your 5-pound pint? Oh, yeah, that's right, because Starmer's like going after pubs for whatever reason. To the states, bootlickers in the comments who love tax so much, you'll change your tune when we tax your bum lube like we do our beer. All right, that's fair. Yeah, like anything that can be sold in a in a sex shop gets like a 50% tax. Like what was it Fishback? Let's see if I can find him. I probably just did this on stream, but he doesn't have a shot in hell. Oh, what the fuck? He's live. What is he streaming?
That is something that I will do, and I think will be successful. It would be the honor of my lifetime to work with each and every one of you.
Shut the fuck up. Fourth generation Floridian. What is he associated with? Azoria. Azoria is an American investment firm. Okay. H1B data centers. I mean, he's doing a lot of live streaming. Is he actually going out anywhere? Great to be in Lake County. I guess he's trying. Is asked about James Fishback's statement that he is a DEI hybrid. Said, next question. Okay, fair. Fair. Tell him to go fuck that. I'm not going to dignify with an answer. I can respect that from Mr. Donalds here, refusing to talk about that. Although there is something to be said about the Republican Party elevating absolutely retarded ass minority candidates for the sake of maybe might actually get the black vote to swing to us like 1 or 2 points. That's never going to happen. So if you do have a competent guy who can actually campaign, is charismatic, like, all right, fine, it's the best you got. But like the guy they sent, black lady that the Republicans nominated up to be for governor down in Virginia, like, yeah, no wonder that went to, like, it was already stacked against them in Virginia this year or last year. But that was like made it like 10 times worse because I don't think she has that many brain cells from what I've picked up from her. Hold up, wait, where's his videos? Whatever, this is the guy who wanted to put a 50% tax on earnings from OnlyFans, but oh well, then I'll just run to Fansly or Patreon or some other site. So you got to actually word it not to particularly target one particular business, which I wonder if that would actually, like, if there are any constitutional restrictions, like state or local, about specifically pointing out a specific business, a specific state-recognized LLC or federal-recognized LLC, and saying, we're taxing you in specific. Rough approximate breakdown of the accent type among the English. 50% Southern, 25% Northern, 20% Midlands, 50%, 5% Western, based on what Grok says. I don't think he's noticed her yet. Oh, and Helios Chad. The Chad Pastoralist on Instagram. He's finally out here. If you were really a trad Catholic, you would depict Jesus in a wolf skin with his hog hanging out, hacking his enemies up with an axe. It's kind of getting the point away from the point of what Jesus was about. So I kind of see that as an underhanded tactic to convert pagans to your religion by definitely making out your head religious figure, like your Messiah figure, adapt them to their culture in a way that is totally dishonest. Marco Mani, Germanic warrior from the Germanic war gear. The Marco Mani, famous for, man, I probably could do some tea. I'm tired. But I probably shouldn't, because it's gonna keep me up too late. These guys fought the Romans under the reign of Marcus Aurelius. So if you ever watched Gladiator at the beginning, that's who, well, I don't know if it was the Marcomans they would have been fighting. You would have to... Alright, let me go to YouTube for a second. Oh, and what's her face is back. Tomo Umari. Oh god, what is this? Stuff Chicago pizza. This came out in 2000. It just says Germania. It doesn't even necessarily. Although if it's saying Germania, I think that puts it more like in the territory of modern day Germany. So they would have probably been fighting the Marcos. Quadii? I forget. is. I don't care about Fishback. What was this last one over here? All right. Last one to like from just going through Tom's feed, and then I'll go to like Clash Report. So it looks like we're going to strike Iran. You know, usually wait for the weekend so the stock market doesn't get too roiled, but we're told to believe that Göbekli Tepe was built by hunter-gatherers. That is still a theory and not a fact. To build something like Göbekli Tepe, you need an organized society, you need abundant time, coordinated labor, and a reliable food supply. Hunter-gatherer groups, as we understand them, typically lived in small numbers and moved constantly. Their focus was survival, not long-term construction projects involving multi-ton stone pillars and intricate carvings. All right, I was not familiar with the theory that Göbekli Tepe was built by hunter-gatherers. All animal bones found on the site stem from wild species representing hunted game. All plants remains found on site stem from wild species representing gathered seeds and fruits. Hunting and gathering is subsistence strategy, not a cultural classification. Significant populations with large settlements can subsist on hunter-gatherer economies, e.g. Pacific Northwest like the Haida people and Jomon people in ancient Japan. I didn't know the Jomon people did that. What the fuck? All right. That's enough. I don't even know what that is. Southern drawl meets Japanese and viral Yalanese. I'm not looking into what that is. Oh yeah. Then there's this video of Alex Pretty
filmed on January 13th
confronting Border Patrol agents before
Alex Pretty
his
interacting
infamous
with federal
incident
immigration agents
last week.
11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed
It
him.
looks like him. It looks like the clothing he has. Maybe he's had a
BBC.
different jacket this
Facial
day.
recognition technology
And he had a gun.
confirmed his identity to a 97%
Alright, so they're trying to arrest him. Apparently this is where he, if this is him, this is where he may have
On the
suffered
morning
a
of January 13th,
broken
our
rib
team
before.
received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36th.
But yeah, he like
and
kicked their
Park
car out
Avenue
and kicked
in
the light out,
Minneapolis.
so...
We arrived around 10:15 a.m. We
And
saw
I guess they
observers
just gave
shouting at
up
the
on him
agents
for
as
some
they walked
reason?
back to their vehicles. When they started driving away,
Oh wait, this is the same
man
shot.
kicked their tail light. An agent then got out of the vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
You assault a car like that, yeah, you're damaging federal property. Like
During the altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd. They continued to hold the man down before they retreat, and he walks away.
And apparently he had a gun on here too. Let's see if it gets to that. I question
The
why
man
they
in our
gave up
footage
on
is
him
wearing
here.
a similar outfit to what Preddy was wearing on the day he was killed. What appears to be a gun is also visible.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, getting into confrontations with police while you have a loaded weapon on you. No wonder he's fucking dead at this point. It's not a kindly I mean, he was still a licensed nurse. He just like... Apparently he was unemployed at this point, I had been hearing. Don't quote me on that. So it seems maybe he had been like on the outs and thought, well, might as well make myself a martyr out here by death by cop. Let's see here. Oh, there's Matt Walsh. Any conservative who folded on this case and bought the left-wing narrative should never be trusted or taken seriously again. Man, a lot of people are gonna give him shit about Covington, aren't they? Oh, let's see here. Well, there you have it. Murder is justified. Thank you, Matt. There's a distinct legal definition. You know, anytime one person kills another, that's a homicide. Whether or not you may get murder usually requires some level of intent or reckless disregard to safety. I think that's manslaughter. But murder requires prior intent. Murder is generally defined as the unlawful killing of a human being with malice aforethought, a legal term encompassing intent to kill, extreme recklessness, or other culpable mental states. However, definitions and degree vary significantly between state and federal. Minnesota state law. First-degree murder. This is the most serious form punishable by life imprisonment. It includes killings committed with premeditation and intent to cause death to the victim or another person, committed while engaging in or attempting certain felonies, such as criminal sexual conduct with force, violence, burglary, aggravated robbery. Okay, so that's like felony murder. So if you're committing a crime and then somebody gets killed in the process, well, you didn't premeditate that, that's first-degree murder still. Second-degree murder, punishable up to 40 years in prison, includes intentional killing without premeditation in the heat of the moment. Certain felony murder scenarios not covered under first degree. Drive-by shootings under specific conditions, unintentional killings in some contexts, like during violation of certain protective orders. That's even more confusing. Third degree, punishable by up to 25 years. This covers unintentional killings showing extreme recklessness, an act of eminently dangerous to others, evincing a depraved mind without regard for human life, causing death by unlawfully distributing certain controlled substance, Schedule 1 or 2 drugs, without intent to kill. All right, federal law, first degree, willful, deliberate, malicious, and premeditated, committed during or attempt to commit certain felonies, part of a pattern of assaults, torture against a child. Designed to kill someone other than the actual victim, transferred intent. Oh, okay. I'm intending to kill somebody else, but then in the process of my premeditated attempt to kill somebody, I kill somebody else. So the intention that was directed to that one person, but in practice went to somebody else, still lands me first degree. Second murder degree, any other murder with under the statute. So I'm just wondering, like, what could they charge the guys who killed Alex Preddy under? So Minnesota state law, committed with premeditation and intent to cause death. Well, when you're trained, like when you, yeah, you're shooting somebody with a gun, but you're doing so to neutralize the threat, not to kill. If you shoot someone, are you extremely likely to kill? Yes, but that's not the goal. So usually, at least when I was trained in the military, you're supposed to shoot center mass because, well, probably that's like the only thing that's people as shoddily trained, or I don't want to say shoddily trained, as minimally trained on their gun quals. As we have time for in the Navy. That's probably the center mass is all they can hit. So I think police forces also adopt that, where you just like shoot center mass, I think maybe like most common drill to do is the bill drill, where you put 6 rounds to center mass to stop somebody, because hopefully that'll be enough instead of doing, shooting for the head, which, that will fucking kill someone. So I doubt these guys had premeditation for this. They probably just like stumbled across him and were trying to arrest him. Committed while engaging or attempting certain felonies. I don't know how you can eschew them trying to arrest and apprehend Pretty as committing certain felonies. You kidnapping. I'm going to try and say kidnapping, drive-by shooting, or other certain drug sailors. Other specific aggravated circumstances like causing death to multiple people or a peace officer. All right, so I don't think they can get him for first-degree murder. What about second-degree murder? Intentional killing without premeditation. In the heat of the moment. But they, again, as an officer is saying, we were not shooting to kill, we were shooting to neutralize the threat. So we were shooting center mass as best we could at that time because we feared that he had a gun. Unintentional killing in some contexts, like during violation of certain protective orders. I don't know what that means. During violation of certain protective orders. I don't know. Like this one, I just don't understand what it means. So again, maybe they could try and get this but I think that's a bit of a stretch. Third-degree murder, an act eminently dangerous to others, evincing a depraved mind. They were not acting in a depraved mind. They thought they had a threat of him with a gun about to shoot them, so they fired. Without regard for human life. No, they were regarding human life, themselves and everyone around them. If Preddy got a gun and started popping off rounds, they could have gotten hurt. Other people could have gotten hurt in the process. Okay, so enough about that. Local police should have arrested him weeks prior. Yeah, if he was in jail right now, he'd probably still be alive. Yeah, this now means ICE officers were totally justified in pumping 10 rounds into the back of an unarmed man. It doesn't matter. Once you start going off, like, you put down range until this threat is neutralized. If anything, like, the 10 rounds, like, divided by, like, what, 3 to 4 guys, that's only 3 shots per them. That's, if anything, like, restraint. On their part. So, and shooting them in the back. It doesn't matter if they're facing you or facing away from you. If there's a threat, you're justified in shooting them. It doesn't matter how optically bad it looks shooting them in the back. You know, you could shoot somebody in the back and then they can still, like, pull a move and then get the drop on you. So, just because you got shot in the back, you're shooting somebody in the back doesn't make it unjustified. What do you think that is justifies? Fascinating. Original version CNN. Oh yeah, and then there's the whole thing about how his face got edited because he doesn't look that attractive here. Here he looks a little bit more attractive. They shrunk his face. Oh, and then Netflix version he'll get race swapped. Joel Berry coming out all of a sudden to be based for some reason. Somebody failed the test. All right, people aren't bringing up fucking Covington for some reason. I don't know what this guy's getting at with this graphic. This video tells me 2 things. It was only a matter of time until he provoked a fatal interaction. Local PT should have done their job and arrested him for destruction of federal property. I mean, is that their job to charge him for that? Would have kept him alive. That's a little extreme. Only Sith deals in absolutes. Look, I agree with you on this topic, but never trust her taken seriously again. No. Some people need to fail a litmus test and, like, be written off when it comes to online commentary. It provides zero justification for his being shot in the back days later. It does give context, because, whether or not Preddy got shooting of Preddy was on that day, yeah, to a certain point, it does indicate a pattern of behavior that this guy had bad intentions. So he's not some fucking martyr. He still didn't deserve to have a mag dumped into him. I don't think that they mag dumped him. They probably only, like, put 3 shots in him each. Hold up, I'm trying to see. Oh no, I can't organize the replies like I can on my phone. What is this bullshit? Oh, that's probably a Twitter Blue feature. Man, I've been going at this for 39 minutes. I need to move the fuck on. Mayor Mondami announced his $12 billion New York City budget shortfall. Oh well. What the fuck's going on? Merz's ally Christian Social Union, which basically only does candidates in Bavaria, leader Marcus Söder, we need the United States of America militarily, not to mention technologically. It was calculated only a few days ago that we would have to raise our defense spending to 10% of GDP if we wanted to manage without the Americans. And withdrawing from American technologies, which largely ensure our digital infrastructure in this country, would set us back dramatically. Not going to argue with that point. I don't know. So what, are they on a PR blitz to, like, try and hold NATO together? Ukraine's accession to the European Union January 1st, 2027 is out of the question. All members, including Ukraine, that wish to join the European Union must fulfill the Copenhagen criteria. These processes usually take several years. We can gradually bring peace closer to the European Union along this path, but such a rapid accession is simply not feasible. All right, so pouring cold water on getting Ukraine in the European Union. Okay. Iranian propaganda channels circulate new propaganda images portraying large-scale attacks on U.S. NATO forces and American casualties. I wonder if their ballistic missiles could they spam enough ballistic missiles at the Abraham Lincoln, which is the carrier that's out there now. Could they do that? I guess this is AI generated. I can't even tell what's back out there. I think this looks like their F-35s and shit. What's that tower in the background? That's not a thing on aircraft carriers. War elephants. What the fuck? That looks like it's a spoon on a rock or something, or an avocado. What the hell? Yeah, AI generated slop. What even is this horse over here? You can't zoom in, whatever. Yeah, so trying to beat their chest at us. The U.S. is demanding that Iran abandon its nuclear program, scale back its missile forces, and end support for proxy groups, effectively total surrender. Iran has already rejected the nuclear and missile demands. Yeah, like that's all there is at that point. All EU member states have agreed to designate Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization. Source the Wall Street Journal. All right, I guess they're trying to re-amp up pressure here. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Machado. We have huge resources that we want the American companies to come and invest. Okay, she's just like, yeah, we want political change to facilitate you guys making money in our country. I think no one has faith in Delcy Rodriguez. Everybody knows what this regime is all about. We're talking about criminals. Yeah, but sometimes the crook's the only person you can work with. The Israeli ambassador to the UN bought a Houthi flag to work.
In Arabic. Allah Akbar, Al-Maut li-America, Al-Maut li-Israel, Alana al-Yahud, An-Nasr lil-Islam. In English, God is great, death to America, death to Israel, curse on the Jews, victory to Islam. That is the official flag of the Houthis.
Yeah, it's the fucking Houthis. Like, yeah, they're radical Islamics. Like, what's your point?
This is radicalism. It is insanity.
Kind of sounding a bit robotic there right now. I like how the guy from France is just reading his shit, like not paying attention to anything to this. It's all showmanship for nothing. Because it's the UN. So, Senator Graham on Syria. You can have one Syria policy by force of arms. I worry about the Druze. I worry about the Christians. Oh, no, no, I want a one Syria policy by force of arms. I want the Israelis to stop fucking with, whatchamacallit, with Jolani or al-Shara and his new regime.
Policy by force of arms. I worry about the Druze. I worry about the Christians. The Al-Qaeda wing, the Al-Qaeda movement wants to destroy everything that's not their view of God. Christians, Druze,
right,
other Muslims. You can't have a...
So he even acknowledges that there is like latent Islamist elements from, al-Nusra turned Hatir al-Sham turned now the governing forces of Syria. So, but like you can't have it either way. So I don't know what is even the status of the breakaway like autonomous the rebellion in Asueda. Nicki Minaj on Trump. He really wants to change. He doesn't want to just talk about it. This is a different president. This is a different kind of leader. This is a businessman and an authentic human being. All right, I don't really care what Nicki Minaj says. Macron, our children's and our teens' brains are not for sale. Our children and teens' emotions are not for sale, and they are not available for manipulation by U.S. platforms or Chinese algorithms.
Cerveau de nos enfants et de nos adolescents.
What are you banning TikTok? Is that what you're getting at?
Les émotions de nos enfants, de nos adolescents sont pas à vendre ou à manipuler, ni par les plateformes américaines, ni par les algorithmes chinois. Le cerveau.
Are you banning TikTok? Is that what you're getting at? Senator Graham on the YPG PKK terror group in Syria. Pray for our Kurdish All right.
Listeners, pray for our Kurdish allies. They've been great to Israel. They've been great to us. I'm talking to Saudi Arabia.
We haven't been so necessarily great to them, but
I'm talking to Turkey. We need to hold them accountable if things go bad. So
why? Because we need to hold Saudi Arabia and Turkey accountable if al-Shara's government is not nice enough to the Kurds. He's like, listen, al-Shara is the best thing we got. The Kurds and the Druze need to know how to, like, by the way, if you see my model like slinking down, it's because I have this 3D printed like chain dragon or something with the navy elements to it. I'm using that as a fidget toy in my fingers in my hand right now. So I keep on dropping it and sinking to the ground. Graham, I don't like. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants a Syria that is like, you know, not Assad and aligned with us, but is also protecting the minorities in there. And I'm just going to say it. I want the HTS elements rolling into Asweda and putting down the Druze rebellion and keeping a united Syria. And I will acknowledge that will probably mean there will be some atrocities in the process, but it's fucking Syria. I don't care. It's not like, and also seeing how the Kurds and how the Druze have acted when they get their own chance at power, they're not like any better. They're all Middle Eastern peoples who are extremely vindictive and vengeful.
For Israel, they would have killed them all.
But again, the United States holding them back, holding the Israelis back from providing that relief.
Yeah, we got to understand that this idea that all these people are going to live together happily is a long way away.
But it's contrary. It's also contrary to the vast amount of history of that region. I mean, this idea of nation state is a relatively new idea.
Yeah, it's kind of a fiction after World War I. This is
that relief.
Yeah, we got to understand that this idea that all these people are going to live together happily is a long way away.
But it's contrary. It's also contrary to the vast.
Yeah, I get it. All these like different religions and ethnicities, but no, like sticking in one state. We're not having this autonomous region bullshit. That's just going to be vectors for chaos. So I am fine with al-Shara fucking beating the shit out of all the different factions in Syria and putting them under one rule. I don't care. Like, they don't have to live happily together, but they're living together as far as I'm concerned.
This is a religious war. You know, the people on radical Islam, Sunni and Shia, want all of us to bend to their will. You got Hezbollah and you got Hamas, you got Iran, you got Al-Qaeda. They're Sunni Shia versions of this, and they all are drunk on their religion. They will kill in the name of God. This is very dangerous, and so I've been talking to President Trump.
Man, it sounds like he's so stuck in like the 2010s or mid 2010s right now. Like, yeah, this is a thing, but the point should be about realism is like, it doesn't matter what their ideas are or religions are. It's about getting a united Syria that stands on its own, that doesn't become a catalyst for more chaos in the region. Let's see here. The U.S. has added new high-end military assets to Middle East buildup, including guided missile destroyer and an RC-135 Rivet joint electronic surveillance aircraft, boosting missile defense and intelligence gathering capabilities as tensions with Iran rise. The U.S. Navy now has 10 warships in the CENTCOM area of responsibility. We can mobilize if we need to. Yeah, this is a destroyer. All right. Ocean Defender have anything? United States Air Force, there is now activity around Robert Gray Army Airfield, Fort Hood. With one of the diverted C-17s arriving on the 28th, I'm starting to record C-15 flights, or C-5 flights as well, with two of them from January 28th being added. There hasn't been any moment of the gold tankers from Peace, ANGB yet. I expect these may move today, the 29th. Note all information in these posts is obtained via public sources, flight radar, ADS. All right. Black Wolf 01 appears to be making its way to the Middle East, having arrived in Suda Bay on Tuesday. Wow, I'm really out of it right now. My eyes are still on tanker movements. To recap, there are 8 KC-46 tankers positioned on the U.S. East Coast. For Coronet East 035, for Coronet East 037, these tag numbers. 073 East moved 6 EA-16 Growlers from Roosevelt Roads Naval Air Station to Oceana Naval Air Station, with tankers continuing on the what the fuck is this word? How do you pronounce it? The PSANGB, Army National Guard Base. What the hell? Rather than returning home to McConnell. This suggests they will be making the journey across the Atlantic. All right. You did the whole operation in Venezuela. Now we're moving on to Iran. Just like, God damn it, I want to go home. The United States is planning to move one more terminal high-altitude defense anti-ballistic missile systems to the Middle East in the coming days in order to bolster the several air defense systems already deployed to the region and to protect U.S. Air Forces from potential retaliation in response to strikes against Iran. Multiple sources have told CNN. During the 12-day war last June between Israel and Iran, the U.S. Army expended over 150 THAAD interceptors, 25% of its inventory, defending Israel from ballistic missiles launched by Iran in Iranian-backed Houthis in Yemen. In 2024 and 2025, the U.S. only procured 23 interceptors and are expected to receive around 37 in 2026. Yikes. We need lasered air defense systems stat. I don't know what this is about. What the passengers and staff seen taking cover amid some kind of attack against Dior Hamani International Airport in the Nigerian capital of Niamey. I know Nemeth said something about, when Nigeria falls, it's going to really, throw everyone for a loop. What? We thought Nigeria was, where all the, smart and educated Africans came from. Because, there's this perception that Nigerians are, are, I guess, to a certain extent, better, a more elite class than America's native demographic, purely for cultural reasons. So if you're not HBD pilled, you can just look at how well done the Nigerians are doing in the United States compared to African Americans. It's because they don't have the culture of being losers. I don't know, in a sense, in that American blacks do. But then all of a sudden their country gets fucking flipped over, and then what do you mean? I thought Nigeria was a competent state, was a competent developing state in Africa. And they produce some, the better immigrants in the United States that outperform even blacks in America. How can their country go belly up like that? President Donald J. Trump is weighing a major new round of strikes against Iran after preliminary discussions between Washington and Tehran over limiting country's nuclear program and ballistic missile production failed to make progress, people familiar with the matter tell CNN. Options that President Trump is now considering include military airstrikes aimed at Iranian leaders and the security officials believed to be responsible for the killing of protesters during recent anti-government protests, as well as strikes on Iran's nuclear sites and government institutions. The sources said Trump has not made a final decision on how to proceed, but he believes his military options have been expanded from earlier this month. Now the USS Abraham Lincoln and her carrier strike group have arrived in the Middle East. It was 2 hours ago. What's his source on this one? Does he link to anybody? Oh. This is sort of funny. I'm just thinking, in order to get elected, Barack Obama will start a war with Iran. Barack Obama will attack Iran in order to get reelected. I predict that President Obama will at some point attack Iran in order to save face. Remember that I predicted a long time ago that President Obama will attack Iran because of his inability to negotiate properly, not skilled. You said you would destroy the Obama's neoconservatism, interventionism. You said you would destroy the Obama era interventionism, not join it. You have become the very thing that which you wished you swore to destroy. Let me say that one more time. You have become the very thing that you swore to destroy. But I don't care. Strike Iran, I don't care at this point. They're a pariah state. Even the EU fucking hates them. The only people who will side with them are Russia and China, and they're not even willing to actually properly stick their necks out for them. So we can punish them. Oh. Oh no, wait. Go to my own account. I'm streaming. Oh yeah, I tweeted about this. How the fuck did Canada's reputation go up in this? Because for my mind, Canada's just like descending further and further into hell these days. Like, yeah, I get it. All right, the Trump decrease. Everyone hates us because Trump is a bombastic, unabashed pro-America candidate who doesn't like intend to be swayed by the rest of the world. Philippines went down, and where was it? Argentina. Argentina went down slightly. I don't know what. Is that anything to do with Malay? South Korea went down. Is that because of the whatchamacallit? Because of the, where am I going with this? Because of the coup attempt. That's what I was saying. Morocco went up. Japan went up. What is that? Because Ishiba was prime minister of Japan through most of the 2025, if I remember correctly. So I wonder if like that might go down under a resurgent and more properly in place Takaichi administration. China's still pretty low, hasn't changed. Iraq has gone up and Iran has gone down. Russia bottom last. Like, yeah, start a war over that. Oh yeah, this is it. Jerusalem Post claims, citing sources, that the U.S. administration examined the possibility of imposing a naval blockade on Iran that would prevent it from exporting oil. So I did the fill your gas tank. Let's see here. Who the fuck is this account? Oh, this is from May 2023. Yeah, but this is what, all right, let me see if I can find the. He had predicted that with the breakdown of America, there would be an evolving tanker war. Where's the graphic that he had for this? Oh, it doesn't help that I fucking misspelled his goddamn name. Oh yeah, here's the oil exports. Oh god. So you can see there's just these massive flows that go out of here to either China, Korea, or Japan. So, you know, if there's anything, this is the U.S. going to be fucking with the rest of the world and like preventing oil flows from China, from the Persian Gulf from getting to China. I mean, I imagine some of it, they're getting some of it from Iraq and Saudi Arabia. So if they just start fucking with Iran's oil, then there's still the other states that they can get it from. So this is where he predicted like there'd be like three conflicts in the U.S. In Iran, Gulf State War, between Iran and Saudi Arabia, and then a tanker war between China and anybody else wanting to fuck with them, trying to secure oil coming from the Middle East to get it in, but lacking the Blue Water Navy to get out there, secure it all the way along. And then also the Twilight War, which became manifest with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Although he predicts a lot more is going to come, Russia may have to do other ambitions beyond that to include taking the Baltics, and then taking the Polish Gap, and then getting up to the Carpathian Mountains. But yeah, he predicted the tanker wars here, so I guess the U.S. is going to be the one to actually kick it off. All right, how much are we yapping for? An hour and 1 minute. Oh, shit. You don't see my notifications. Fuck. I'm dumb. Some people... Oh, and then, of course, I missed it. I didn't stream, but the ovulation fucking tracker. Some people, but... Why am I not surprised that a female why didn't this happen for regular female streamers? Maybe it's because with sort of like the distance between, like, there's a level of distance between the audience of female VTubers and their audience that is probably lesser so and the anonymity there, creating the distance, such that if you're a face streamer, you know, a flesh streamer, flesh tuber on female flesh tuber, you probably don't necessarily want to play into the, oh, I'm so breedable shit, or having babies and stuff. Maybe you like parasocially talk to them like you're your girlfriend or something. But maybe, like, you know, being a real person and not having that anonymity makes it so that you don't want to feed into that. Whereas that shit definitely comes up in the VTuber sphere, and it definitely comes across that is actually something that female VTubers will play into. So not surprising that some of them think like, what's their menstrual cycle? To actually think about that. Some people really need to think twice before they make this fictional character agrees with me post. No pride in Imperium, death to all emperors. The local tourists need to discover that forces of chaos are not evil by nature. Ha 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 ha. I mean, I think even Arch was saying that, like, if you want to do chaos good, you have to, like, push aside, like, the aspects of it and see it as actually, like, recognize that, yeah, there is something stultifying about the Imperium. That it does feel oppressive in a certain sense for somebody with, like, maybe a little bit too much of an individualistic sense. That don't, like, make out chaos to be good, but a good story within Warhammer 40k is one where your maybe your perhaps reasonable disdain for the Imperium motivates you towards chaos, and then ultimately you fall to it. I think that was the thing about the 13th Black Crusade, is that whoever the leader of it was did not fully give himself over to chaos. Right, let me end this on what's grok. In or that the leader of the crusade did not fully give himself over to chaos as he saw his horse failing, and merely cynically used the forces of chaos against the Imperium of Man. Doing the digging. Go, go, go. Yeah, so I think there's like somehow on one of these websites I did, but I guess Grok can give the more updated like play on it. Or like the more consolidated thing. Wow, Jesus. Man, it's like you're just like absolutely hoovering up information from this website. Yes, you're spot on that. Ezekiel Abaddon, I thought his name was Abaddon, did the spoiler, War Master of Chaos and leader of the Black Legion. He launched the 13th Black Crusade. 999 Millennium M41 from the Eye of Terror, targeting Cadia to shatter its pylons, ancient Necron devices holding back the warp, and carve a crimson path toward Terra, ultimately succeeding in destroying Cadia and birthing the Great Rift. Cicatrix Maledictum. Abaddon's core philosophy is exactly what you were called. He cynically exploits the Chaos Gods and their foes as tools for his vengeance against the Imperium, refusing to fully submit like Horus did. During the Horus Heresy, Abaddon, then first captain of the Luna Wolves. I'm reading like the first, the book, or I'm listening to it in audiobook format, so I should remember it. Now it's coming to me that actually the name is actually familiar. Then the first captain of the Luna Wolves watched with his father figure get manipulated and abandoned by the ruinous powers at the worst moment, leading to Horus's defeat on the Golden Throne. He explicitly learned from this failing. Horus was weak, Horus was a fool, he had the whole galaxy within his grasp and let it slip away. Abaddon vowed never to repeat it, courting the gods as allies but rejecting daemonhood despite the repeated offers to avoid becoming their thrall or pawn. As Black Library author Arian Dembski-Bowden, who wrote the Black Legion novel centering Abaddon, puts it, Horus allowed himself to be used by Chaos. The Chaos power is duped to get back at the Emperor. The Abaddon will never let this happen. He will never allow himself to be a pawn of Chaos. So, he unites fractious traitorous legions, daemon whores, and cultists under his banner through brutal pacts and threats, spilling blood to summon daemons en masse on Cadia, while personally smashing Imperial heroes like Creed and Celestine. He wields artifacts like Draconen, Daemon's Sword, and the Talon of Horus, but always on his terms, aiming to topple the Emperor and rule humanity himself, not to hand it to the gods. This makes him Chaos's greatest champion precisely because he's not their slave. The gods back him, united for once, hoping to corrupt him fully, but he stays one step ahead. This gives me an interesting idea. Like I've thought about how there seems to be like an undercurrent of looming conflict between the Inquisition, which is like an organization, secret police all to itself, and the Imperium that everyone just seemingly submits to, and conflict with Robute Gilliman trying to like reform the entire Imperium. So I'm wondering if you can have something interesting where the Inquisition is increasingly getting sidelined and feeling threatened that they might get wiped out by a resurgent reformed Imperium, that they turn to the Chaos Gods and then wage rebellion. And then perhaps this is where you can have a redemption of some of the traitor legions who didn't fully like Abaddon, who don't give themselves fully over to Chaos, don't ascend to daemonhood, and then unite with them, just like, we'll help you. Fuck the Chaos Gods too. That would be an interesting story, but let's not linger on that. I'm gonna do Void Bastards. I haven't even touched my tags yet. Here on Twitch. I don't know if you want to call it retro. Oh, right. The tag for, I don't know what you want to call it. Indie. Shooter. Dungeon crawler. Space. Sci-fi. Comedy. Yeah. Is mature rated game? Yeah, barely. All right. Well, I'm right here. Person notepad. Launching Void Bastards. I need some water. That's what I need more than anything else. Before Saturday, I need to release a short to whatchamacallit. Incident where like I gave a dress to some woman and then my wife got pissy about it. Turn that into a quick short like, haha, women so dumb and make me misogynistic. Turn that into a quick short to and maybe that can give me some virality to draw me towards my stream on Saturday, and I can link to it. So I'm gonna get some water before, but or even is the game. There it is. I'm gonna have to get the whatchamacallit, controller up. Water first. Even turn on game capture. Ooh, my quads. I did leg day yesterday. And I did the barbell squats just right to I actually got my I got my legs wide enough or my feet width wide enough that it actually was I actually worked my quads, cuz sometimes you can do a barbell squat wrong and it ends up actually working your hamstrings if you're more like moving at the hip instead of at your knees. Turn off Brave. Videos turned off. Game capture. Any full screen application? Come on. Well, you can hear the... All right, fine. Game capture wants to be stupid, so... There we go. Oh, I need to get the controller. super intense music. Because this thing doesn't like to turn off. Yeah, continue. Where the heck I even left
is
off.
prohibited. Feel free to vandalize other vessels, though, if it helps you blow off steam.
SecBot Manager. Authority to override SecBots. Inc. and Circular 983R. Hold up. I hate that. Oh, ink. I need bio and slag for that, and a lot of it. What do I need a magnifying glass for? Cargo manager. Colon irrigator. On Zox Theaters. Metal 2. Enforces regulations via solid bullets. Next to you, Swift regulator increases rate of fire by 50. I don't think that's necessarily something I want. Quickly arms explodes for large damage to enemies when enemies move near it. Anything else need a colon irrigator? Whiz Rocks, YouTube. Adds 350 to base health. Oh, no wonder, what's my status? Oh, I'm at max health. A Kraut can? Is that what they call a jerry can? Yep, I'll build that. Oh, and that killed everything else, more or less. Alright, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, give me more health, because I'm always, like, a retard for that shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, recyc bag. Cluster flax can be recovered from tourists. I do like my cluster flax. Oh dear. Oh, so trying to remember what the objective here is. Oh dear, the HR computer overheated when attempting to validate the citizen card. In order to avoid this happening again, Bax now suggests you assemble a water cooling system for the HR computer. So I need Cool Pop's bottle of body fluid. Was Cool Pop something I could have made? Oh, yeah, let's see here. I do need a lot of stuff for it. Plaz and Volt. The other thing was body fluid. That's something also you can manufacture. Alright, whatever. I need to just go to the star map. I'm gonna go here. Start scrounging. I don't know. Alright, let's take that. What even are my can fly around Nuck mines. It's something probably to do in space. 20% of the time, moves Steve to the wrong location. Oh, so if I'm like moving. Alright. Where am I going? Now I want to go this way, right? Yeah, get up to the tubes. Do I have power turned off in here? Is that what's going on? It says danger, buzz launch zone. No loitering. Yeah, you don't have to ask me. Where? Motherfucker. What was that? Volts. Bushwhacker, more volts. Looks like I got a decent amount of oxygen, so I'm not lollygagging too much in each room. Ooh, credits. Oh, there's security. Man, there's like no enemies in here. What the fuck happened? Well, there's SecBot, but hopefully I just straight up just don't activate him. What the heck was that? I'm like concerned like SecBot's gonna start like oh shit. You know what, fuck it, go. Oh god, radiation, fuck. I'm gonna have to pick up radiation to get in there. What was there to pick up? Plastic. Just gonna have to eat the fucking radiation. Got a torpedo. Nah, I probably need to save that. Hello. absolutely fucking hounds on me. Secbot, can you let me through? God damn. And he blew up. There's usually something around here that, Oh, I'm low on oxygen. I need to get down to sanitation. Or, let's see, get to oxygen first. Not an issue, get to oxygen. Who's shooting? God damn. Alright, now I see why this place was not what I bargained for. Poisons. Looks like poison does a decent job on them. There's a third one. It's down there.
Programmer never blames his bug.
Got him. Alright, I got the app. Alright, so this is actually reasonably effective because it really likes to. This thing can actually do a number on them.
Secbot is on the way and will end your life shortly. Please remain calm. Thank you for your assistance.
There's only one Secbot. Is there another one? That was probably a waste of money, but oh well. Man, I had just chewed through half my health in this entire shit show. Let me through. I'm gonna die. Holy fuck.
Need 1 strength left.
1
Alright, time to get out of here. I don't care if I didn't even grab the fuel. Like, the infinite fucking spooks is beyond me right now. What the fuck? Banger? I'm out of spikes. Wrong side of the fucking... Okay. So even the sec bots couldn't help me here. These, the spooks are way too powerful. Yeah, infinite fucking spooks. Nope, fuck this, out. Oh, that was rough. Got 2 torpedoes, though. 1 jump, though. Fuck. Recycle. Yeah, nothing. Alright, star map. Yeah, I should actually go pick up some health. Oh, but there's other... Okay, but hopefully they're not infinitely spawning spooks. I don't know what the point of a rifter would be. What am I even doing? I'm trying to bait them into traps. That's what I'm trying to do. There's the sec bot.
Excuse me.
Med blower. Try and stay away from the goddamn spooks. No, you don't know me. Stop talking like you know me.
Application rejected. Request denied. I haven't got time for this.
I'm trying to get to the helm. That's what I'm doing. I'm blanked out. I'm like thinking so hard. No, I know where SecBot is. It's back in security. Man, there's one way onto the helm. The pilot house, the bridge. Yeah, just baiting them into traps like that. Oh, what is it? Those are marks. Three rad spikes.
Oxygen at 50%.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have oxygen supplies to worry about. Lots of biomaterial. What's this one? Get to the other marts. Raid the crap out of it. Where am I even going? I need to get back to oxygen. To the right, this way. Shit, I need to get through security. Fuck. No, I need to get back. I need to go through. Where's Atmo? Fuck no, I went through the wrong place. Oh shit. Oh my god. Holy fuck, this sec bot with I just lost all the health that I gained. Oh my god. Can I get back up here? Oh my god, the enemies are getting more virulent. Can I pay for a redux? I need that at this point. Oh wow, holy crap. I have 2050? What the hell even happened? Then there's a generator room. I'm going through all my ammo. I need to get the fuck out of here. No, not this way. What am I doing? Fuck. I forget. I've advanced pretty far in this game, so it's not an easy game. It's pretty rough, so this is biting me in the ass right now. Whatever. got fuel, so I can move on. I want body fluids, so I need to save up. Let's see here. Well, actually, this thing perfectly does not interfere with that. Bio and data, bio and data. Plaz, slag, and volts. So, no, don't want to use that one. Oh, merits. God damn it. Man, spooks are just getting more and more annoying. Although, Germ Spiker seems to be very effective at handling them. Oh, let's swing through and get the fuel while we can. Gotta admit, that is a convenient way to get rid of turrets. Is that the radiation getting to my health? I don't got enough money for that. I hear a spook. Well, that was shitty. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Oh, yeah. There's loot in there. Do I really need 2 torpedoes? Roger. Fighting's died down for now. God damn. That's what you need the power buttons for. God damn. Man, going up against turrets without anything is absolutely the worst thing I have done. There should be another turret in the Nuck room, all the way up there.
Oxygen levels critical.
I'm on the other side. Not gonna make a run for it through here. Who's even in here? I got 14 seconds before I... Oh, nope, not that. No, over here.
Oxygen depleted.
Alright, made it out. Oh my god. I gotta be more careful going into these places. Which way to a health place? Sorry, there was a bug on my desk. I need to contact my place about doing pesticide control or something, because this is the amount of bugs I keep on running into my apartment. Oh, I did not mean to that. Torpedo launched. Yes, void whales do explode. The Steve's wipers clear most of the blood off the helm window. You open the airlock and grab as many chunks of whale blubber as you can. 1 torpedo fired, 5 food gained. Damn. Oh, god damn it. So I have to go all the way up and around. Merits, staples, plaz. I have some food, so why don't I rest for a bit? I need to get more of these things, cow zappers. Motherfucker. I heard it. Oh. It's not doing enough damage. Well, this is what I have the rift gun for, don't I? Fucking moron. Myself. Triple damage. Well, I guess that's useful for killing turrets. Well, that's gone now. Yeah, fuck it. What do you got? Wow, a random ass compressor. Alright. I'm not out on oxygen that badly yet. There's something like right over here though.
The form Betamax 89 has been replaced with the Betamax 50. Due to total lack of
Betamax, isn't that like a... What was that? Is that a CD player from the 80s or something? Somebody fucking, god damn it. Doesn't know I'm here. Wow, I'm a bad shot.
T has informed me that there will be no new information on forms information today.
Quickly before another one spawns in here. Nah. What am I even doing? Where am I going? I don't even need to go in here. There's the cubes. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Holy shit, that just like chewed through my health. Fuck. And I just tank that. Fuck, I need help.
Life support systems critical.
There's SecBot. There's only one way out of here. Run. Oh, and I'm dead. Never mind. I got killed because I charged right into them when they explode. Alright, next time I die, I'll call it stream.
Replacement client.
I need to do meal prep for tomorrow.
WCD client care package.
Boy Scout, 25% of the items start 25% of the time starts a mission with the full layout map. Okay, so one bonus. Being a member of a prescribed organization. We should just have prescribed international organizations.
Your new action items. Obtain body fluid, Cool Pops wrappers, and water-based lubricant. Solid evacuation breaks are strictly limited to 1 minute.
Bathroom breaks. Alright, whatever. Where am I going? Rad cream. No, I don't care about that. Builds nothing. buzz box. I gotta dock and do some raiding. Power's off. Yeah, this is what the fucking shotgun is for. Oh my god, what the fuck? I'm just gonna die. It's like, I just get like fucking bushwhacked by these guys. And that was ridiculous. This game just gets harder and harder. That was...
Recruiting replacement client.
That was stupid.
Issuing WC
reloads quickly.
Package. Your new action items. Obtain body fluid, Cool Pops wrappers, and water-based lubricant. Is potentially fatal. Don't worry though. There are many replacement clients available.
That doesn't make me feel any better. How much do I need for skin tape? I'm just realizing now, after playing this game for a while, that this is actually... alphabetized. I have staples, so I feel somewhat justified in going after these things. Plus, we need to go down. Plus, whatever damage I'll take, I'll pick it up here. So... Yes, and the stun gun. Gotta not be retarded about using it, though. Oh, wow, that helps right there.
Excuse me.
Do I have the merits to override this guy? Right. They're all rocket ones now, though. Oh, I need to go back out the other way. Because there's that electric thing in the way. Now, if only I had the other thing on me.
Good one, Barbara. Very funny.
chewing through staples here. It's not as effective I would have liked. These are stacked right on top of each other. Where are you running to? I don't have merits for that. I got completely lost there looking at the map. Another fucking sec bot. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, fuck this. How the fuck do I get out of here? I barely got any fuel. I need to go up and around here. God, there's just too many of them. Oh God, what did I do? Save me gun points. Well, this was a disaster, I would say. That's shaping up to be like every level at this point. I got one feudal. Spread and increases damage by 50. You know what? Fuck it. Where's the... Body fluid and cool pops. That was it. I was looking for cool pops. We're over halfway there on both of those things, so we're scrounge enough. Alright, well, let's go try and heal up. Let's go. I guess visit the helm first. have been nice if there were some other things in here. Don't you love when I do that? When I accidentally, like, open it only to close it immediately afterwards? Nope. Let's leave the helm. Go to the health room. What did I get hit with? Well, I'll stun his ass too. Can I override you? How did I miss that hard? Jesus. I'm trying to get the head to make max effective damage because the guys are turning into bullet sponges. God damn. Jesus. Well, let me reuse this. Never mind. I don't have the money. I'm too much of a poor fag for that. It's not the way I intended to go. I need to get out of here. I'm gonna die again. Of course, I do. So I show up to the health, and I end up coming with less health than I came in with. there you go. I'm dead again. Alright, so this game is now become increasingly hard. This is like Dark Souls level hard.
Replacement client. Issuing WCD client care package.
Well, you know what? That's it. I'm gonna call it a night. This is like the stop being fun and just start being difficult for no reason. And I'm not up for that right now. So I'm just gonna call it that. So Friday, I think I'm gonna break out Hearts of Iron 4 again. Try and do that thing to induce a war between America and the British Empire. And invade Canada. Then Saturday will be Old World again. And hopefully I can get a short together in time to release. Hopefully like Friday. So it'll get in people's feeds and then maybe direct them to the stream. So I'll just go with that. And then
your new action items. Obtain body fluid, Cool Pops wrappers.